Hi there again, everybody. Welcome back to Prestige Auctions, and this is the Wednesday night video for you. I want to look at something that's in this week's auction, and it's something that we've never ever had in the auction before. And the reason I will talk about this is because it's quite a prominent piece. I feel quite lucky to actually have got one of these into our auction room. You're never really sure if you're going to see something that's relatively rare or was made in relatively small numbers, and especially when this isn't, what I'm going to show you is not from that many years ago. So it's a piece that became very prominent in 2014 and was made by an artist called Paul Cummins, I believe. And anyone who've got any clues from that already will know what we're going to talk about. But it seems quite interesting that we should be doing that and have that into the auction right now, because this is being repeated once again at the Tower of London. So let's have a look at what we're talking about. Well, here we are. This is the piece that we're talking about. It's lot number 1039 in this week's auction, and it's the ceramic flowers, the poppies, that were put outside the Tower of London in 2014. Now, what they did is they did this humongous display of all of these poppies outside, which had been designed and then made, and then of course what they did is they sold them all off for charity, I would imagine for the British Legion, after they'd been finished with, and people had the chance to buy one. Now, if you bought one of these, it basically came in a white box with a certificate and so on, and you could then keep it as a keepsake or something that was a little bit different, and maybe what was being regarded at the time as a piece of history. Because there was only a limited amount of them, so people had these. And I'm going to be quite honest, even though I've been in the house clearance industry and that quite a long time, in the 11 years that have gone by, this is the first one I've ever seen. I've seen one that somebody owned, but I've never seen one that's come up for sale. Well, of course, this one has come up for sale, and there you are. What a beautiful thing it is. What you'll see here is whoever owned this, what they've done with it. They've had it put in this lovely perspex case, and then inside you'll see that they've got the soldier stood there in perspex as well. It's a bit hard to see. I don't want to set the top off, so I don't want to damage anything. So, and you'll see in the back there is also various certificates and things. So before we go any further, let's have a look at this down here. Blood swept lands and seas of red. Now, of course, some people maybe think that this is to do with the Second World War, and it's absolutely not. This is to do with the First World War. There you go. This is to certify the enclosed ceramic poppy is a Paul Cummins original and one of 888,246 poppies made for the art installation Blood, Sweat, Lands and Seas of Red at the Tower of London between 5th of August and the 11th of November 2014. The installation commemorated the centenary of the start of the First World War in 1914. Each poppy is guaranteed to be individual handcrafted, and no two are the same. So there you go. I mean, that certificate alone shows you how sort of rare this item is. I think somebody will feel quite lucky to own this, as somebody did. But as all things often end up in the auction room. Why is this quite prominent this year? Well, of course, they have done it again this year. So there is another display of ceramic poppies at the Tower of London for 2025. So there you go, everybody. What a beautiful piece. The interesting thing is, of course, is how much will it make? It's an interesting one. Did look at some of these online. Some of them in the boxes are making a few quid. Certainly something that people want to buy. However, this one has been done extremely nicely with the perspex soldier. It's got all of the paperwork in there, as well as a certificate on the front, and this fantastic perspex case. Well, I'm going to say, I mean, it'd be interesting to know what you think in the comments. I think this is going to make about £150 in the auction. So there you go, a beautiful item in Prestige Auctions this week. If you don't want to come and see this wonderful piece, and then do pop down to the auction room this Friday between 8 in the morning and 7 p.m, where you'll be able to have a look. And of course, the bidding for this one will be on Saturday, 1st of November 2025. And we're really looking forward to selling this piece. Hopefully, it will find a new home. Thanks very much for watching this content, and we'll hopefully see you very soon at the auction.